First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas held their first service this morning since the deadly shooting that left 26 people dead. The private service was held at a baseball field and members of the media were not allowed to record the service. The building where the shooting happened has been turned into a memorial. Officials say the memorial will pay tribute to the victims and was put up by volunteers as a part of the healing process for the community. President Trump's tour of Asia is coming to a close with a controversial meeting. Mr. Trump is sitting down with the president of the Philippines, who's accused of fighting the war on drugs in his country by killing drug users. Laura Podesta has the story.
Wearing traditional Philippine clothing, President Trump greeted Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte and his wife Sunday. The dinner in Manila was a celebration marking the 50th anniversary of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations.
It is my pleasure to welcome you all to Manila.
During the meal, Mr. Trump and Duterte sat side by side and were seen toasting and talking. Duterte has been under fire for his crackdown on drugs in the Philippines. Since being elected last year, he's accused of ordering police to kill thousands of drug dealers and drug users. He told reporters President Trump has praised his handling of the issue.
And he said something about, you handle it very well.
This comes after brief encounters a day earlier with Russian President Vladimir Putin. President Trump said he believed Putin's claim Russia did not meddle in the 2016 U.S. election. John Brennan, former director of the CIA, and James Clapper, former director of national intelligence, said they were confused by President Trump's comments.
It's very clear that the Russians interfered in the election, and it's still puzzling as to why Mr. Trump does not acknowledge that and embrace it.
On the streets of Manila, people are protesting Mr. Trump's visit to the island nation. At one point, police used water cannons to disperse crowds. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Trump's visit to the Philippines is the last leg of his 5-nation tour of Asia.